Good morning and happy Palindrome Day. Today is the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, or 2022-02-22. February 22nd, 2022 is one of the happiest days of my life, and I want to share it with you. All of my countdown posts were true. You can read the answers about the reasons why later. And forgive me if I'm emotional. I'm the luckiest guy on earth. Today's the Palindrome Day with the numbers are the same forwards and backwards. And forgive me if I repeat myself. I'm so happy beyond words. Please do not say, I should have told you earlier. There's lots of reasons why I couldn't tell you earlier. Should is not my issue. Should is everyone else's issue. And you would have seen I posted all of those different books. And should can be a really negative word on people. And the thing is, I chose assertively to respect myself and others by not telling people until I was ready. And today is also the answer to those fractions. Today is 50 over 85, and I'll explain that in a moment. The other thing is there's nothing you could have done. And I thank you for wanting to help me in advance, but it was totally up to me. I needed space, I needed time to heal, and it'll all make sense in a moment. I couldn't get over the word agathist. It appeared on Word of the Day, and I was so emotional when I read it. And check out wordsmith.org for the definition. And it's someone who, when they're going through adversity, they can actually see that there's good at the end. And it will come out good, even through the most horrible of event, because they're resilient and they can cope with the harsh realities of life. As Mum would sing to me as a child, give a little whistle. Whenever times were hard, just give a little whistle. Give a little whistle. She went through my head daily, and it'll all make sense. Today is the biggest day of my life for celebrating, because now I can go public. And the amazing thing is I celebrate every Palindrome Day, and tonight I'll be having a shandon for sure. And I hope you join me with your favourite drink or your favourite treat, chocolate, whatever. I've got tears of joy whenever I tell my story. I'm so looking forward to my haircut on Tuesday, the 22nd. As I've not been able to do so, and the reason will become clear. Yes, I did lose about 7K, but you wouldn't want to lose the weight I did. And today is the answer to Raimondo's calendar. Today is day 50 over day 85. Day 50 is 50 days since my prostate cancer surgery. On January the 4th, 2022, I had a sudden diagnosis, very sudden, on November the 30th, 2021. I've been tested for blood tests for 30 years and there's never been an issue. And in the last three or 4 years, my PSA reading started to go up, and I was sent to a urologist in February 2020. And as you can see, by all of my appointments, I was monitored. I went every 6 months to be tested, and my PSA suddenly rose in January last year, in 2021, to about 6.5. And then in July, it went to 7.6. And I said to my urologist, I'll see you in 6 months. He said, no, you won't. I'll see you in 3 months in October. So So anyway, I saw him in October, and we've got a very good lifestyle with our food and exercise and moderation. Well, anyway, in October, my PSA went up to 8.2, and I saw my osteopath, and he put me on some zinc. And we've got zinc in our diet, but the thing is, I had to have a biopsy. And my biopsy was scheduled for the 16th of November. And anyway, I had the zinc for 3 weeks, and I asked my urologist if I could have another blood test to see if my zinc levels went down. He said, yeah, you can, but he said, you're still going to need the biopsy. Anyway, my osteopath prepared me with the Wim Hof breathing because I was really petrified of dementia because of because of the anesthetics, because dementia's on both sides of the family. I practice my Wim Hof every day. I practice my singing and everything every day for years. Well, anyway, I had another blood test, and it went from 8.2 and it went back down to 7.6 in 3 weeks, but I still had to have my biopsy. My biopsy was scheduled for the 16th of November, and I had to be COVID tested, which is another story. And I had to go into isolation, and then I get a phone call on the 15th saying it's been postponed because my urologist had been for primary contact. Well, anyway, the wait for that was hard enough, and then I had to wait again for the following week to have it. COVID testing, isolation, blah, blah, blah. And I had the biopsy on the 23rd, and then I had to wait for the results, and waiting for the results was hell, but nothing like hell later. I got the results on November the 30th, and at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, and you probably felt the earthquake of emotion. I was prostate cancer, level 9, grade 4-5, which is really bad, fast growing. So anyway, I had to be organised. I had to go and have a PET scan in preparation for an operation. And my partner had done lots of research, so we knew what to do. We'd gone onto the Prostate Cancer Research Institute in America and watched lots and lots of videos. So the thing is, we knew what my urologist would say would be the appropriate action to take because he is the top. And I had no idea he was the top until when I had my PET scan, the lady said to me, you realise you've got the top urologist and oncologist. And I went, wow. Well, anyway, that was on the 6th of December, having the PET scan. It's like a donut machine. It also had MRIs and lots of blood tests. And I was like a voodoo doll with lots of blood tests. And anyway, the 6th of December to the 9th of December was absolutely hell on earth for both myself and my partner. It was worse. It was worse than the 5-hour operation. It was worse than 5 days in hospital. It was worse. It was worse than having my catheter for 2 weeks. It was worse than Oscar and bloody Chanel fighting. That's my catheter bags. And Shakespeare was my catheter, and Shakespeare had entered head office, but Shakespeare ended up being in the Globe. So I was so relieved when Shakespeare left the Globe Theatre. Well, anyway, on the 9th, I got the news, and we had to go in to see my urologist in his office. And I took in a card for him, and on my card, I'd written, basically the message was that I trusted him, and I said, thrive, not just survive. Thrive, thrive, I'm alive. Heal, heal, that's the deal. I wrote all of these things and I dedicated them to him. Thrive, thrive, I'm alive. Thrive, thrive, I'll survive. Live and love and live. Love and live. Live and love and live. Thrive, survive, I'll live. That was my little ditty, and I probably stuffed it up, but anyway. So on the 9th, I cried tears of joy, absolute tears of joy that it had not spread. I had the best Christmas. It was very quiet. I had a quiet New Year's, and I had to wait for my surgery. And because of COVID, they're restricted with how many people they could actually operate on per month, and to have access to the robot for the robotic surgery. So anyway, I was operated on the 4th of January, and my surgery went so well. I am so, so grateful to the staff and to my urologist and to my osteopath and my doctor. I am so, so happy. I'm healing. I'm really well. I'm doing really well. And I was discharged on the 8th. Coming home was like nothing on earth. Waving to Margaret Fireland as she called me on the phone, my neighbour. Waving was just beautiful. Anyway, on the 11th of January, I received a phone call from my surgeon to say that I was clear of all margins. Clear of all margins are the most magical words. Most magical words on earth. And I wish everyone could thrive, not just survive. And there's so many people I want to thank. There's so many people that have been in my life through thick and thin. But there's also people, my mentors, Jack and SP. She doesn't want to be named, but I rang them in the early days. As my partner said, give them a buzz because they've been through it. And the best advice that they gave me was, you'll get so sick and tired of repeating yourself. And that's why I'm making this video. I'm making the video because it's so tiring repeating yourself about how are you. And I'm thriving. I'm absolutely thriving. I do my exercises every day. I'm resting. I was so sleep deprived that the Wim Hof breathing just helped so much. And the best news of all is that I created my countdown, and I even stuffed it up because I had cognitive impairment issues after two general anesthetics. I'd be spelling milestone, M-I-E-S-T-O-N. I'd be spelling, and she said as A-S-H. I could laugh. I laughed until I cried. And yes, I've written over 10 books, but not only 10 books. I've written my reference book, my project management book. This one is my index book. I've indexed my whole process. I had to mentally be stimulated to thrive. I had to be distracted. And particularly when I had, my scarring's really improved. Down here was bashful. That's dopey. That was grumpy. That was happy. That's where the camera went in and they also extracted it. Happy. That was sleepy, no problem at all. That was sneezy. It was a nightmare every time I sneezed. And that was Reagan, another little hole over here. And Reagan from The Exorcist was an absolute pain in the proverbial. And there was a big bruise here, and that I called the understudy. And eventually the understudy became Anne Hathaway, who wanted to be Snow White. I gave them all a name because it was a great distraction. But anyway, throughout the whole process, I actually had documented everything under different headings of goals and affirmations and resources and action items and ideas and exercise, inspiration, tools, quotes, etc., etc. And what happened was that I came up with this huge realization of, while I was documenting it since November the 30th, mind you, 2021, I actually had this huge realization that what I wanted to do was wanted to give back. So I've created a website, I've created a blog, and I've created a YouTube station, a YouTube channel. And this is all since I came home. It was amazing because it just made me thrive. It just gave me a new purpose in life. And the whole purpose is Happy Thrivership Prostate Cancer Day, February 22nd, 2022. And I'm referring everyone to the Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia to make donations, and also to the St. Vincent's Foundation for all of the fantastic work that they do with prostate cancer. Because for men, the Breast Cancer Foundation do an absolutely fantastic job, and the Prostate Cancer Foundation do a terrific job as well. But the thing is, there's a difference between being a survivor and a thriver. And I want that survivorship program to excel and be a thrivership program. Because if there can be one farmer out there in regional Australia who can know that they can thrive too, I'm there for them. That's why I'm telling my story, because it is possible. And don't let all of these blasted myths about you'll lose it after an operation, etc. Yes, there are side effects. There's huge side effects, but it doesn't mean the end. It does not mean the end. I am so passionate about this that I urge you to support the Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia and St. Vincent's Foundation for the incredible work that they do. And I'm just so happy. And I hope I've covered everything, because Happy Thrivership Day. Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry if I've repeated myself. Anyway, at the end of this video, there'll be the link for making donations, but there'll also be the link to my website, my YouTube station, and hopefully my blog goes live. But also, there'll be the photos of all of the books. And anyway, thank you. I'm just so happy. And please, cheers. I know it's not the champagne, but anyway, that'll be tonight. Cheers.